Students, can you please tell me what is the difference between rich people's mentality and poor people's mentality? It is said that rich people are becoming rich and poor people are becoming poor day by day. So, what kind of mentality rich people and poor people carry? Anybody can talk.
Okay, sir. Today I'm gonna speak about the increasing gap between the poor and rich peoples. As we all know, speaking of our country, the 90% of the total wealth of our country, the total GDP of our country is only been handled by the top 1 or 2% people, as much as I know, and the rest of the 5 or 10% is been distributed among all the 90% of our country's folks. What a tremendous amount of difference is it? like we see that the rich I will gonna give the reasons for this. First one will be the risk taking ability of rich peoples and the poor peoples. Poor peoples scares too much when they go for taking and loan. Speaking of one of my friends, he have really good skills he really have good hair cutting skill.
He
But
has, he
rather than
has,
opening his own shop,
he
yeah,
has.
he has really good hair cutting. He really has good hair cutting skills. But rather than opening his own shop, rather than taking a small loan from any finance or any bank, he goes to 9 to 5 work for somebody else. Still having such a good skills. He don't he gets
He,
scared
he
from
doesn't
taking
like.
the loan. That's the main
He,
difference. He doesn't
he
like.
doesn't.
He
Okay, I'll
doesn't
not
like to
disturb you
take
in middle.
any
I'll
risk.
not disturb you in middle. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
No, 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 it's okay, sir. He doesn't like to take any risk in his life. That's the main reason I think that's the main that's the main mentality difference between rich and poor folks. Uh, uh, like uh, like if poor people don't change this mentality, they aren't gonna make it. The second reason will be the investment. Like if a person's salary is something around like 50K, speaking of an rich person, even if he earned rich but he have mentality of a rich person, what he will gonna do is he will gonna invest 50% of his total salary in a different fields, like even in plots or even any other things where he know that he will gonna get a good ROI, return on investment in future. He will gonna invest much more, as much as he can from his total salary. But on the other hand, speaking of poor person, he will gonna totally spend all his money on his entertainment. Like he will gonna just spend his whole salary. The whole world is gonna end the next month. He will just gonna do that. But this is one of the reason. This is one of the mentality of poor people. And speaking of the third main point is network. When you see that uh, like uh, even in the sports, the if you know what was that sport, just a sec, sir. Badminton and all other sports, all the rich people come together, not to see the sports, just to make a good network, just to have a good meeting. But when you see poor people, they have just kind of an arrogance while speaking to strangers. They just don't like to build their own network. They just speaks arrogantly to other people. They just their mentality is not to make good networks. They just don't think how should we have a good persons in our life, how should we make our good network among all the people, how should we aim for our future and should grow in that way. And now I will speak about the solutions. First one, I will suggest that government should tax more and more on the luxurious items, on liquor and all other non-life essential things. Should tax more and more on those things, so that a poor person don't have to suffer more, and a rich person should get more taxed. And this of the tax money, government should use this all this money to invest on this, or invest on those poor people's educating them, giving them life freedoms, giving them free educations and all those things. Government should really take good tax from all these rich folks. Like as the difference, as we know, the difference is like 5% and 95%. Those 5% aren't giving that much of a tax for compared to the 95% of the people. It's like they will find a loophole from giving the tax. So we should really check all those loopholes. We shouldn't give them any loophole to skip these taxes. This will be the first point. The next point will be government should aware all these poor folks about the investment. Government should give them financial advices. They should have different campaigns about these financial advices among all the villages. This financial self awareness, financial awareness is way low in the villages. They should have campaigns. As much as I know, government have very campaigns for different reasons, so they should also add this financial thing in it. They should aware people that how should they really spend their salaries, rather than spending all of it on your entertainment and all of the salaries on just on the essentials. You should only use your salary as much as you need, like only for the essentials and only for the home appliances what you need. You shouldn't buy any other things that like you don't need, uh, buying a car when you are good on the bike. You don't need a car for any reason. Like your roads are good, you don't have to travel that much. Only even so many people don't even need bike. Like they can even the bicycle is good enough for them. So they just spend good, they just want to show off and all those things, like just buying for the brands and all those things. This is one of the thing that one of the main thing from the rich and poor. Poor just try to copy rich. Poor just try to copy those rich people. Poor just try to buy those of the fake brands, even the first copy. You probably know that from the original one doesn't even get that much sold, but the first copy get more sold than that. Like poor people have this habit of like poor people copy all other things from rich people, rather than this investment and all other financial things. They copy all other things, all other non-essential things from rich people. This will be the second point. And the third point will be the skill development and make in India. This is one of the really necessary point. As speaking of now, we as a country, India, we import so many things, that many things. We can build all those things in our country also, but still we import so many things. Even speaking of that, Taiwan, which is comparatively so much a tiny country to us, still we need to import things from that country. Like it is such an shameful thing for us as an 1.5 billion country, 1.5 folks country. We our exports are really comparatively way low. Even speaking of past news, I heard that many countries have banned fruits from our country. I think Japan and some other countries have also banned fruits from our country because of some fertilization and some other things. This isn't a good thing for our country. Like this will gonna directly affect the farmers and all the poor peoples. Like we really need to tell all those poor peoples how they should financially become stable, and how they should invest properly, how they should not copy only the non-essential parts from the rich people, and they should really copy the essential parts from the rich folks. That's it, sir.
Excellent presentation, wonderful presentation. We Indians, we need to nip in the bud. We need to break the stereotypes. Whatever has been carried forward from years, we need to break it, put a full stop to that, and we need to start fresh. It's very much important to identify these faults, these flaws in our economy as well. Very nicely explained. Such a huge explanation in a very short span of time. Very nice. Yash, bravo. Keep it up. Awesome. You developed that flow. I didn't want to break that flow in middle, but then it was awesome. At the